Hello again. We're here with another whiskey review. This time we're doing the Macallen 15-year triple cask matured fine oak. This is certainly not Macallen's top of the line offering, but it's a fairly pricey one. I think this is about $75 for a bottle. And I can't say it's worth it, but it is exceptionally good. This is much better than their 10-year-old offering. You can see the nice... I don't think this probably has caramel in it, although you can never be sure. If it does, it doesn't have much, because it's still got that nice gold color to it. A very fragrant smell. Oak note is coming out heavily. Hard to place this, but and I'm not good at that. It's kind of a sweet smell with kind of a very musky, kind of woody thing going on, as you would expect. But it's like kind of almost a stale smell in a way, but not in a negative way. Coming up with almost like a honey sweetness. A very charming smell overall. This is the first sip, uncut. Excellent, very complex. In comparison to the bourbon we review, this is a very complex flavor. Not nearly as sweet. Honey. A little wood. Very nice. Let's cut just a tad bit. This is 43%, so you don't need to cut much. Now we're going to continue to kind of stir this up a little bit. Smell isn't changing all that much. Feels like it's released something though. Not as stale. Now kind of the sweet smells are kind of dominating. Now a sip. Very crisp, very clean. It takes a second for you to really taste it almost. So when I take a sip, the honeyness of it is very interesting. I mean, it just has a real note there of honey. It comes behind almost like this, hard to almost place it. Yeah, honey with like an oak. I mean, it's an oak cask, and so you can really taste that note. But the regardless, so the question, the quality is excellent. This is as a Macallen to get. I've had the 21-year-old, I think, and I think this is better. I've also had the 10, and this is better. Substantially so. Substantially so than the 10-year. I don't typically like your main Macallen as much as I do some of the other brands, and it's a little higher. I have heard that the cask strength is very good, but I don't know that. All you can really say is, with the 15-year, it's acquired a really nuanced flavor. Some of the notes in the 10-year-old are just a little. Some of the flavors that almost bite you a little bit in the 10-year-old have dulled over time. They've been tamed, and what's been brought out is this nice little mellow and smooth. But I think in 21 the wood dominates to such an extent. This is the right age for this whiskey, I think. Although I'd have to try the 18. But my gut has always been that this is the one to go with. Now, is it worth the price? For special occasions, yes. This is Macallen's one of the top brands of whiskey. Maybe, has one of the best brand names in whiskey. And this is an elite whiskey in every way. However, obviously, $75, you can get great Scotch cheaper, and there's no need to go up this price to get yourself great Scotch. But on a special occasion, this is a good one to get. This would be a great gift for the whiskey drinker in your life. It's Christmas. This would be a great Christmas present. And I guarantee you they'll like it. If they like whiskey, because this is delightful. Very complex, very interesting, and enjoyable drink. Do not mix this. That would be a sin. This is not the best Scotch I've had, but for the non-peaty ones, this is one of the best that I've sampled. One of my favorites. The one I typically drink, and I'll be reviewing it, is Glenmorangie for 10-year-old, which is a $38, so it's about half the price of this one, and it's a great whiskey. And you'll see when I review it, that it's a great whiskey, and it's not that far removed from this. But this, you can tell that there's been extra time. And you compare the Macallen to the Glenmorangie. That it's a little more aged, a little more complex, been tamed, and it's really peaking. The whiskey's really starting to peak here. Again, kind of a strong note there. Almost, but again, this would be, I would give this a review in the 90s, low 90s. Get it if you have the money and you want to try something new. Do not get it if you can't afford to spend $75 on 750 milliliters of whiskey. Pretty simple. But strongly recommended otherwise. Although again, and this is a general problem with Scotch. Scotch is too high, guys. Scotland, get your act together. Your whiskey costs too much. You hear me, Scotland? I'm talking to you. Get your act together. Scotch is too high. It's great stuff, but you shouldn't be paying the same price for, mid-level Scotch as you pay for high-level bourbon. You shouldn't have to pay twice as much to get to the point where your Scotch is better than your bourbon. And that's kind of what you have to do. I mean, you can get Scotch as better than bourbon, but it costs $80. That's unreasonable. Come on, Scotland. Why does this cost so much? Anyway, that's my little rant. I still love you, Scotland. Intensely. That's all I have. I'll see you next time.